Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're basically putting on our detective hats. We are going back in time, and I mean way, way back, to uncover the foundational clues of ancient India. Look, if you're studying history, this is literally where it all begins. We're going to figure out exactly how the puzzle pieces of the past are actually put together.
So, start by asking yourself this question. How do we actually know there was a massive, sprawling Harappan civilization thousands of years ago? Or, for that matter, how do we know Emperor Ashoka really existed and ruled over this vast empire? We tend to take these facts for granted when we're reading a textbook, right? But where does that information actually come from in the first place?
Because, let's just state the obvious here, did someone make a video at that time? Did some guy just pull out his smartphone and vlog his daily life in the Indus Valley? Absolutely not. There is zero digital footprint. There are no photographs. So the central mystery we are exploring today is this: how do historians piece together these incredibly detailed stories of the past with absolutely no modern technology to rely on?
To figure that out, here's our detective's framework for this explainer. First, we'll look at the main sources of ancient history. Then, we'll break down literary and archaeological evidence, look at the accounts of foreign travelers, analyze India's geographic setting, and finally, look at ancient ethnic and linguistic groups. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. Main sources of ancient history.
Okay, before we analyze the clues, we need to know what actually qualifies as a clue. History isn't based on guesswork, myths, or just someone's wild imagination. Sources of history are the concrete evidence, the physical proofs, and the tangible materials that allow us to write factual history. Without these foundational proofs, we aren't writing history, we're just writing fiction. Historians demand hard evidence, plain and simple.
Section 2. Literary and archaeological evidence. First up, we have literary sources. This massive category includes the Vedas, the Upanishads, the grand epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Puranas, along with extensive Buddhist and Jain texts. Now, these aren't just religious texts, though they are often read that way. For a historian, they are a civilization's written memory. They detail everything from complex philosophy to how daily governance actually worked.
But here's the catch. Texts can degrade, or they can be totally misinterpreted over thousands of years, so we have to cross-reference them with physical, tamper-proof archaeological data. We are talking about Ashokan stone inscriptions, ancient coins, and entire structural remains like stupas, caves, temples, and sculptures. Think about it. If a king claims in a written text to be the wealthiest ruler on Earth, historians want to see his coins and monuments to actually back that up. The objects don't lie.
Section 3. Accounts of foreign travelers.
Then we have this incredibly cool third category. Scholars, diplomats, and pilgrims like Megasthenes, Fa Hien, Huan Song, and Al-Biruni traveled across the subcontinent. Their external accounts are invaluable. For instance, Megasthenes' work, Indica, gave us a total outsider's view of the Mauryan Empire. The beauty of foreign travelers is that they notice the ordinary, everyday details that locals just didn't bother to write down because it was too normal to them.
When historians gather the literature, the archaeology, and these travel logs all together, they get an incredibly detailed, multi-dimensional picture. These combined clues reveal how political administration worked, the layout of economic trade routes, religious practices, and even the everyday social lives of regular people. All these diverse clues interlock, kind of like a giant puzzle, to form a clear picture of the past.
Now let's shift our perspective a bit and look at the bigger picture. Ask yourself this. If India's geography were entirely different, would our history be different? It's a fascinating question, right? Because it reminds us that historical events don't just happen in a vacuum. They happen on a very specific physical stage.
Section 4. India's geographical setting.
The Indian subcontinent has an incredibly diverse physical landscape. We have the towering Himalayas in the north, the vast and fertile northern plains, the rugged Deccan Plateau down south, extensive coastal regions, arid deserts, and massive flowing river systems. And all of this shaped history. The Himalayas acted as a giant natural defensive wall, while the river valleys dictated exactly where people settled, built cities, and who they ended up trading with.
So, there is a direct cause and effect relationship going on here. Step 1. Favorable geography, like rivers, provides steady water and fertile plains. Step 2, that naturally leads to explosive agricultural growth and surplus wealth. You have more food than you need to survive. Step 3, that wealth builds grand civilizations, robust armies for security, and complex cultures. You simply cannot have the great ancient empires without the rivers and plains that supported them in the first place.
Section 5.
ancient ethnic and linguistic groups.
Now, moving from the land to the people themselves, India has always been a place of immense diversity. Looking at our ancient groups, we have the Aryan ethnic groups, associated with the Indo-Aryan languages. Then, the Dravidian groups, linked with the Dravidian language family. You have the Austric groups with Austro-Asiatic languages, and the Mongoloid groups speaking Tibeto-Burman languages. This heavily interwoven matrix of different ethnicities and languages is exactly what created early India's incredibly vibrant and dynamic culture.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today, but I want to make this totally real for you right now. I want you to imagine it is 2,000 years in the future.
It's the year 4024. Someone wants to write the history of your city as it is today. But unfortunately, none of our digital data survived. There are no mobile phones, no cloud servers, absolutely no hard drives. How will they even know you existed? Well, they'll have to rely on finding our loose change, our old coins. They will excavate our ruined buildings, our temples, whatever physical government records survive the elements, and whatever physical books are left lying around. Based solely on those objects, they will write our history. The exact same methodology that future historians would use to uncover us is exactly what we use today to uncover the Harappan, Mauryan, and Gupta eras. It is all about following the physical evidence.
And that brings us to the end of our investigation. The absolutely crucial point I want you to take away is that this framework of evidence, knowing exactly what a historical source is, understanding the interplay of literary texts, archaeological finds, foreign accounts, and the huge impact of geography, is the foundation of all ancient Indian history. Once you grasp how historians actually prove the past, understanding every subsequent era we talk about becomes so much easier. So my final question to you is this: knowing that the physical objects we leave behind today will be the absolute only clues for the future, what kind of history are you leaving to be discovered? Thanks so much for exploring with us today.